Coach Barnes calls a blue-collar defense. Toughness, discipline, and the ability to string together stops. And if the Mustangs want to slow down this mean green perimeter game, that blue-collar edge has to show up for this game.
All right, Bree Sorensen, thanks very much. Looking forward to your reports all night long on the Hilltop. Underway, and here's the starting five for SMU. You'll see Miriam Abizum getting her first start as a Mustang. Kyla Deck has the ball in her hand. Ty Skinner. Back to Anea Brown. Knocked away. That'll go to North Texas and will set the mean green starting lineup. The only change for Jason Burton's club is Jazzy Owens-Barnett in the starting lineup in place of TK Hammond. And the value that Jazzy has to this team, we're going to harp on it all night.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, she's just a winner. She won a state championship in high school, went to the national tournament at Rice.
And there's Nestor, but she walked with it down low. And Owens-Barnett played 3 seasons for those Owls, won that AAC tournament title in the American in 2024. But last year, Achilles tendon injury took her out after only a dozen games. Offensive foul called against Zara King, going back the mean green direction.
Yeah, something they love to do is take charges. They took 3 in the last game. They're taking about an average of 4 or 5 charges per game. There you see one against the ball handler. And SMU looks to set up their press to see if they can force turnovers. They forced GCU into 24 turnovers on the road last game.
That game at Grand Canyon, SMU lost 76-60. Mustangs were up 2-0, then 2-1. Never led again the rest of the night. All Lopes after that. This will stay with North Texas. Let's take a look at Coach Burton's keys to the game.
Yeah, for North Texas, they must take care of the ball and have ball security. They had 26 last game. Need to take care of it, as you see there, steal. And then defense must travel. For SMU, they must finish plays. Great steal there. Can they finish the play? And they don't.
Go back the other way with Owens-Barnett pushing the pace, getting it to Micaiah Chase, and back to Owens-Barnett. Skinner got beat off the dribble. Off the front of the iron, rebound for UNT, put back by Tiana Lidge.
Yeah, this is an area where North Texas does have an advantage. Be big for SMU. They were -15 on the road in that loss to GCU on the glass. North Texas averages 15 more rebounds than their opponent, so big area to watch.
Skinner unable to match the 2 from UNT. Mean green up by a pair. Chase unable to make it 4. Zaya King quickly to Deck. Deck working it inside. Nice give to King. A chance at a 3-point play for the sophomore from Brooklyn.
Yeah, King in transition. Something they want more of. Playing fast, playing in transition. She is the foundation, Coach Barnes says, and the future of this program.
King came off the bench and scored a season-high 19 points at Grand Canyon. 8 of 12 from the field. Played 28 minutes, the most PT she's received this year. And she gives SMU its first lead at 3-2. Two and a half minutes have gone by in the first quarter from Moody Coliseum in Dallas. Sherry Spencer gave it up to Talley. Jalen Talley blocked by Brown. Foul away from the basketball after the block.
Good move, drop step, good wall-up defense, and was able to just really use her length, not even having to jump there. And a little bit of incidental contact. Talley picks up the foul.
Yeah, not away from it. That was when Talley was falling back down after having that shot sent back. 3-2 SMU as Ty Skinner takes it across the timeline. Now firing from inside the arc, no good. Rebound brought down by North Texas and Allison Rickman. Andy Schischler goes cross court. Chase inside to Nestor. Nestor has it knocked away. SMU defense doing work down in the paint. Second chance opportunity. It's Brown. Off the glass, no good. Kicking it outside to King. King drives back in, kicking it outside. Off the mark.
Yeah, a lot of hustle early from SMU. This is the energy and the connectedness that Coach Barnes wanted, and I would say probably attributed to the change in the starting lineup and just mixing some things up, changing some things up. So far, been successful for SMU.
Weren't able to capitalize down low. That was one positive from Tuesday in Phoenix, Brian. It was paint points. 42 of them for SMU.
Yeah, absolutely. Something they want to really establish is the paint. They have not shot the ball well from three, although they like to shoot the three. They haven't done a great job there, and the paint has been their mainstay.
TK Hammond for the Mean Green. Started on Wednesday, coming off the bench today. This is Proctor. Aysia Proctor firing, free throwing line, extended left.
Yeah, a little surprised she picked up her dribble there. She was probably thinking pass, but ended up taking the shot and knocks it down. The second leading scorer on this team off the bench, Proctor, the transfer from UTSA.
6 minutes to go in the first quarter. North Texas leads 4-3. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Kent Skinner puts it outside to Deck. First three of the day for SMU.
Yeah, too much room. Cannot give Kyla Deck that much room. TK Hammond should know that, as she's a similar type of shooter. Nice job by Deck knocking it down. And Cherie Spencer wasting no time. This freshman can compete with the best of them. Pushes in to in off of a make and draws the foul.
6-4, the Mustang advantage. See Ayanna Thompson for the first time for SMU. Senior from DeSoto, transfer from Ole Miss.
SMU plays a pretty deep rotation, right at about 10 players, where they want to keep press and keep the pressure defensively on. Coach hasn't been exactly happy with the defensive fundamentals, so we need to guard our yard much better. It's a big principle of our program and what we want to do. So far, they have definitely had a lot more energy, and they're at home. They played really well at home against Grambling, scored 96. They played well at home, came down in the last possession against Kansas State. So there's a different pride when you come into your own building.
And winning is contagious, right? They
Absolutely.
saw the SMU football team dominate Louisville today. A 38-6 win over at Ford Stadium. Hall trying to keep up the SMU winning ways. She fires from three.
I think they were hoping for an illegal screen on that one. Didn't get it. Left Hall wide open as Cherie Spencer was still on the deck from the contact from the screen.
Jason Burton trying to laugh it off right there after getting an explanation.
I must admit, I'm still getting used to the non-rule of having to tuck your shirt in. It's a new rule.
Yeah.
I'm so used to players having to tuck their shirt in.
You take away officials needing to enforce that all day long. That's been a big thing.
Here you see the foul on Deck. This will be a big play right here. Deck leads them in minutes. She's the lead steals person on his team, almost 5 steals a game. She is elite at what she does in that category. They do not want her to get a second.
Spencer fakes the pass, keeps it herself, but misfires. SMU leads 9-5, just over 5 minutes to go in the opening frame. Ty Skinner, the grad student, transfer from Arizona State. Now Deck, long pass, but nobody there. And SMU will head into the first break of the day with a 4-point advantage. Mustangs looking to end a 3-game losing skid. Jason Burton coaching North Texas, and my partner here at the broadcast table, Brian Burton. They are brothers.
There's a rumor of that. There is a rumor.
I love talking to Jason about how he reacts when you call his games, because you've had quite a few assignments with him across the way.
I have.
And he gets it the other way to you a bit, criticizes your commentating.
He likes to talk a little trash a little bit. I don't talk about his coaching, though. As long as they're winning, I'm just making sure I'm supporting. When he loses, I just try not to talk to him too much. Which he doesn't lose very much, so I don't have to worry about that.
It's inevitable that the two of you would be at the same court at the same time often, with him a rising star in the coaching world, you a rising star on the broadcasting side. Many more of these to come.
Yeah, from the driveway of playing one-on-one, it's been cool to see what he's done with his career and what he's done at North Texas, and obviously just super grateful to be able to hang out with great people like yourself and Bree and talk a little basketball.
Proctor has 4 points now. North Texas is within 2. 10 seconds on the shot clock. This is Deck getting some separation. No shot. And North Texas will have the basketball.
North Texas got bailed out on that one. I thought Hammond early in the game gave too much space to Deck. She made the first 3. And the scouting report for her is she can't have space from 3. She's one of their best three-point shooters. So going under the screen worked out in their favor as referees call for an illegal. However, not a consistent way you want to defend Kyla Deck on a ball screen.
Both of these teams have now turned the ball over 3 times. Both of them needing to value the basketball today. That's a consistent theme, really, from any head coach, but these two made it clear this week. Here's Barnett. Short pass over to Nestor, and she has her first 2. SMU defense was really giving her trouble, but finally able to get into the scores book.
Well, it's because of the playmaking from Jazzy Owens-Barnett. We talked about her in the open. Everything she does doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but that will show up as an assist, a deep penetration, patience, shot fake, and a dime to Nestor for the and-one.
Nestor is on the Lisa Leslie Center of the Year preseason watch list. Only 20 student athletes are there, and she is one of only 2 that is not part of a Power 4 program.
Yeah, already averaging a double-double on the season. She is a All-American from the NAI level at Wayland Baptist, and has had some big performances, and North Texas is glad to have her inside.
She gives North Texas a 10-9 lead.
And some of that Coach Burton talked about. Tamisha Lampkin and Desiree Colonel have both been first-team all-conference in the league. Preseason player of the year last year, and a three-pointer from SMU.
Harris fires and scores. Mustangs back ahead now by 2.
Yeah, Tamisha Lampkin was preseason player of the year in the conference, and she was on that Lisa Leslie list. So some of that's built on the reputation that North Texas has had with their bigs.
Knocked away. Paris with a chance for 2 more. Hit the 3, can add 2. And that is a big issue as well for the Mustangs, needing to finish. Get those turnovers, you've got to convert them into points.
Yeah, one of the keys of the game we didn't talk about is just finishing plays. It's something Coach talked about that she really wants to see her team to do. We can force turnovers all we want. We must finish plays. We must finish free throws.
Harris working it inside to Abizam. Abizam working hard against Proctor. Gets it to go. Abizam against Nestor, a great battle that we'll see all night.
Yeah, good job that time by Nestor on defense. Abizam kind of got caught in an awkward spot, found a way to finish it anyway. SMU extends their lead.
14-10 Mustangs. Owens-Barnett runs into trouble trying to find a seam between a pair of Mustangs.
Yeah, tough hard fall there. Here you see another attack to the rim this time. Doesn't stop and give the dime. And Coach Burton talked about Owens-Barnett being one of the toughest players on our team. We absolutely missed her in our last game. Felt like they could have won with her leadership. Had to start Schisler at the point, who's never gotten many practice reps there. And Owens-Barnett says she absolutely loves this program. She was attracted to competing against them and how connected they were. Had respect as a competitor in the same conference coming from Rice, and just a player who is excited about the belief that the coach is instilled in her and how much She loves her teammates.
Owens Barnett had a season-high 12 points in her North Texas debut. That was against Oklahoma Christian. First game she had played in a long while after she missed most of last season, ruptured her Achilles tendon 12 games into last year.
Well, even just talking about the fact that she has a Rice degree in 3 years, we all know what a Rice is, kind of the Harvard of the South, if you will, and to get a degree in that amount of time at an institution like that is really impressive.
Firing from distance and missing. Yeliza Vieta Phil Chang in a... I'm gonna have trouble with that one all night long, I can tell you. We drilled on that for hours over the past couple of days. The freshman from St. Petersburg, Russia.
Well, here you see it. They're starting to attack more in transition. Both point guards, back-to-back possessions. One on the left, one on the right. Here you see Cerise Spencer, the freshman, almost averaging double figures already. A player Coach Burton feels like can be a Freshman of the Year candidate in the American Conference. And #2 player out of Louisiana has split on free throws so far.
An all-state selection there for North Shore. And the all-time leading scorer for the Lady Panthers. Over 2,100 points in high school.
Kind of like you in high school, right? A little bit?
2,100 more than I had. I was the editor of the school paper. I was not a varsity athlete in any sport.
So you knew how to edit for 2,100 points. 2,100 words, you know. Those things all matter. They add up.
I think I made the right career decision.
Yes, you're great at what you do, my man.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Off the glass and down. Jainair Harriel getting her first 2. And SMU extends its lead to 3.
Yeah, keeping that same theme, attacking the paint. That's what SMU has done well, and that's what they want to continue doing well.
SMU shooting 38%. That one will get tied up and go back to SMU with 53 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised with Kyla Deck guarding a point guard, as well as North Texas knows Kyla Deck's disruption and so much he did for the Mean Green. I'm surprised they didn't have someone else initiate offense on that possession.
Deck with 40 seconds remaining. Bolchagina has it knocked away. North Texas running. They don't have numbers, but will still get a shot up. It doesn't fall. Nestor with the board. Second chance points for UNT. Mean Green within 1.
Yeah, could have been an and one. A lot of contact there, but way to stay with it and follow the missed layup for the putback.
Mustangs with a 1-point advantage. Shot clock has been turned off. At 11.5 seconds, a whistle against Shuri Spencer.
Yeah, not necessarily a smart foul that far away from the basket, but doesn't put him in the bonus, but does give her another personal.
Third foul against North Texas in this quarter.
We could see zone on this possession for the last shot of the quarter.
5 seconds left. Paris gets it right back. Paris firing from Steph Curry range. And hits. SMU extends its lead to 4 points at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, wanted to have Coach Neighbors in because you can get spoiled at this level with how good you have it and not realize you have a bigger goal in mind. And the big goal in mind for Mean Green was to execute out of the quarter, and they did.
Yeah, that worked really well to get to Schishler her first 2 points of the day, and the Mean Green within 2 of SMU. Skinner down to Brown, and right back to Skinner. 10 seconds on the shot clock as Brown fires. No good. Rebound pulled down. Stay on the floor for SMU as Chase tried to knock it free and go on a break.
Yeah, here you see the rebound. She brings it down. Chase tries to get the ball, gets more arm than ball. Great call by the referees.
Skinner from underneath the Mustang hoop. Took too long.
Another takeaway by North Texas, slowly chipping away at getting the stops that they want to be able to get. You see the starting lineup back on the floor, and SMU's press looks to see if they can continue to be disruptive, as they've already forced 5 turnovers in this game.
This isn't a big number yet, but both teams have forced 5 turnovers.
Yes.
North Texas has scored 5 points off of those turnovers. SMU has scored 0.
What kind of goes to what Coach Barnes was talking about, finishing plays, and there's a finish right there over the outstretched hand.
Mean Green tie it up, 19-19.
Yeah, this is exactly why we talked about Jazzy Owens-Barnett. She doesn't have the most stats, but she has the will and the leadership that they need, especially as they have 11 new players. It's so important for continuity to be able to have your veteran point guard in the lineup to help you get stability, especially in a disruptive game like what SMU's defense likes to be.
Travel called on Paris, and now 6 turnovers for the Mustangs. 19-19. UNT last led when it was 10-9. Barnett gives the Mean Green the advantage again. 21. Can you do something for me?
She is doing something for me, all right. She is doing her thing. Owens-Barnett to the left, to the right. Doesn't matter, the pink shoes in theme of the Wicked. She's got the pink and the green on.
It is Defying Gravity night here at Moody Coliseum. So I've been told, I have never seen it, okay?
Well,
so you got to give me some grace.
You're missing out.
But the pink would indicate that she is Jazzy, the good basketball player, right?
Well, her game and her results will indicate that right now, the way she's playing.
And there we go, some of the royalty coming in tonight.
Yeah, Wicked Part 2, for those that don't know, is out in theaters now. I have seen Part 1. Not only did I see it in New York, I won't say on Broadway, but in live theater on stage. It was awesome, and my girls are excited to see it. We're going to wait till after Thanksgiving, give them something to look forward to.
Right now, my son is in a Star Wars phase. I would not be surprised at all if my daughter gets into a Wicked phase or something.
Well, I can tell you your son's not going to get in a Wicked phase.
Baseline triple for SMU fails. Board ripped down by Nestor.
A little bit of momentum happening for North Texas. I mean, those are the quality of shots you want for SMU. You get a wide open look, it barely rims out. You love the effort on the glass by Hall. A little bit too much extra contact. As the game goes on, again, this is something I believe in general, but especially with the way North Texas likes to play. Foul trouble is something to keep an eye on, and the bonus. Does foul trouble for SMU play a factor, and is North Texas able to get into the bonus? They've been one of the top teams in the country since Coach Burton has arrived in free throw attempts per game.
You mentioned North Texas having an uncharacteristically bad night shooting on Wednesday. They haven't tested it yet. No three-point shots. Trying to work it inside. Giving it away with the travel, though, from Spencer.
Yeah, there's a little bit of it. He talked about we got to not only beat the press, but we got to score on the backside of it. They are setting up in the half court probably a little bit too much at times, where if they could just play freely is when they've played their best versus running sets versus this team.
Harriel and one. No. They'll call that on Harriel, excuse me.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you were watching the same thing I was watching.
No, a brief celebration from SMU, and then quickly realizing, no, offensive foul.
She was set and waiting on that one. Good job by the freshman, Spencer. In second charge of the game, something North Texas loves to be able to do is get defensive stops from charges.
Under 8 minutes to go, North Texas leads by 3. Nestor using her pivot foot, finally getting it to Chase. Chase pulls up from the ACC logo, no good. Second chance for North Texas, it's Lidge.
Tell you what, the glass has been very beneficial for the Mean Green. And I said this about last game. They were out-rebounded. SMU was 15 on the road. Must do a better job on the glass if they want to win this game.
Skinner with a nice move to her right, but can't capitalize. North Texas trying to pad its 5-point advantage. Schishler, just 2 points for her so far. Lidge cross court, now Chase from the left wing. Back to Lidge. SMU 1-on-2, now 2-on-2. Skinner coming into the picture, but King keeps it herself. Deck down on the floor just across midcourt.
I thought you were going to say Deck down on the deck. Luckily, she's okay, and nice transition finish that time by SMU, and Mean Green got a good open shot. Sometimes when you miss short and it bounces the wrong way, you don't have that defensive balance you want in transition. SMU takes advantage, and that's another area where SMU has been very good. Transition and fast breaks, that's where they've gotten some of their points in the paint. Some of that off turnovers, some of that just because of the pace of play they like to play. But transition is something SMU really wants to do with their Pony Express.
Deck on the deck is something I would use, absolutely. Just want to make sure she was okay first. Don't need the wordplay in there while the player is down on the ground. A little short, and then it pops between the rim and the glass. Stuck there for Proctor.
Yeah, right decision by Proctor, though. There was some confusion on the ball screen. She is a green light shooter. Coach Burton refers to her as, and got stuck in between the backboard on that one, but that's a shot Mean Green will want her to take on the regular.
First three-point attempt by North Texas today after going 1 for 20 against Abilene Christian on Wednesday. Brown from distance rattles out. That would have tied this one. North Texas getting it to Talley. Talley driving home, no good. Quick pass to King. Knocked out of her hands.
This is where you can take advantage in transition. They've had success so far there. Nice job entering inside.
And again, Nestor getting pestered.
Yeah, good job defensively inside by SMU, using their length, not jumping, just walling up.
Mean Green have missed their last 4 shots. Turning around, it's Brown. No. Mean Green haven't scored in a little over 2 minutes, but they still hold a lead by 3 points.
Seems like the pace of this game is getting to both teams just a little bit. See them slowing down.
They'll get a break momentarily.
Nice back door. Exactly what they want to be able to do. SMU's playing the passing lanes. They're overplaying, denying the wings. It's the second or third time Mean Green's been able to capitalize on a back door.
Skinner, top of the key, fakes it. Now takes it from the right side. Goes down. SMU pulling within 3. And that ball knocked out after the inbounds pass to Spencer. Coach Burton not happy at all. The SMU will have the ball out of the timeout with a chance to tie if they can hit from beyond the arc.
But Brian and Chris, have either one of you played netball? Because those highlights look like a lot of fun.
It'd probably be more my speed these days.
It looks like your speed, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so the biggest difference is here, player movement. Netball players can't dribble or run. Physical contact, there is none of that in netball. And then there's also strict rules about where players can move.
Well, you can tell a little bit of the transition of Division I basketball. Nestor's still adjusting to the no contact and some of those things you talked about. Although she's averaging a double-double, I think her best basketball is probably going to come in conference play once she plays more basketball at this level.
The level of respect for her already, the fact that she is on the watch list for the Lisa Leslie Center of the Year award before having even played a single Division I game.
Says a lot. Says a lot about North Texas program as well, and the respect that they're beginning to get when it comes to those kind of national recognitions.
3-point lead for Nestor's Mean Green. Mustangs can pull within one, but it doesn't fall from Thompson. Owens Barnett pulls it back out, resetting the North Texas offense. Mean Green coming off their first loss of the season, losing by 9 to Abilene Christian. That's Mustangs basketball. SMU extended its losing streak to 3 in its last game. Lost by 16 on the road at Grand Canyon. And Coach Barnes talked about a lack of defensive pride in that one. GCU driving the ball repeatedly. Something to keep an eye on all night long here on the Hilltop. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Skinner. Skinner firing from long range, no good. SMU 4-11 from beyond the arc. They'll have another opportunity here.
Just their third offensive rebound of the game, but feels like big possessions as they're trying to find a way to get back on top.
Skinner quickly inside to a Beeson, getting tied up down low. A pair of bigs battling in the painted area.
Yeah, game's starting to get more physical. Not a high-scoring game, as you can see, but both teams really taking pride in this rivalry. Here you see off the bounce pass, inside, great patience in the crowd. Freshman Thornton able to wall up just a little bit too much contact, and a nice job drawing the foul. Just the second and third free throw shots of this game for SMU.
North Texas has been to the line 8 times, made 6 of them. SMU was good on its only previous attempts. Beeson working her way back to 100% as far as getting used to the speed again. Didn't play last year after 3 seasons at Oakland. Getting better on the boards, especially as we go here. 5 rebounds in each of the last 3 games.
Yeah, she's played with a lot of great energy today that they've needed inside, working to protect the paint and also just giving them an inside presence.
Nestor, she'll head to the free throw line.
Yeah, something that both teams want to do is attack the paint. So you're going to see shots around the rim, and if you can be physical and create the contact, which Nestor does there, wasn't playing netball on that one, playing basketball, and this young lady is averaging right at 10 points, second in the American in rebounding at 10 rebounds a game. Wears number 10, no significance there, but has an awesome story. And another player with a graduate, in a graduate program, already has her undergraduate degree, and was quite a success story.
Off to the right side on her second attempt. North Texas lead is 3. Backing down Proctor, now getting it to Thompson. Flying an elbow in there. Foul on the Mean Green.
Yep, good call by the refs, being able to see that extra contact by Nestor, trying to push, by Lidge, pushing through the screen. Lidge, a player who traditionally has played the 5 most of her career, transferred from Southern, went to the NCAA tournament, and making that transition to the 4. Speaking of transition, 3-point off the baseline out of bounds for the Mustangs.
And this game is tied at 27. Skinner with her second make of the day, 5 points.
Yeah, nice baseline out of bounds play, a little screener to get Skinner the open look.
27 all, Deck with the steal, over to Thompson. SMU back in front.
Yeah, I'll say Spencer has not wanted to get pressed in this game as a freshman. She has been running away from opportunities, and Kyla Deck smells the blood, and she is going to get it. Here you see the steal, the nice dime for the finish.
And more great defensive work, but the possession arrow going the Mean Green's way after the tie ball.
Yeah, when you play against a team that presses, especially a player as experienced as Deck and as competitive as she is, I mean, they're looking for players that are scared to get the ball, and here you see it. It gets them excited when you struggle, makes them turn it up even more.
Active hands for SMU, bodies flying, 3 players down on the hardwood.
This is the fortunate part for North Texas. They are now in the bonus, so that extra physicality that they've established and that SMU has done defensively gets them rewarded to the free throw line. So Nestor will take a trip to the line.
Nestor has 6 points, 4 boards in her 14 minutes of work. The only Mean Green player to have double-figure minutes so far tonight, as Coach Burton has worked in a lot of his roster.
Yeah, both these teams playing a deep rotation, especially when you play with this much pace. The game is now cut to 1, but yeah, this game has been a well-played game. Both teams forcing turnovers. Both teams have 9 turnovers, and both teams defensively have been locked in, offensively doing just enough.
1-point lead for the Mustangs, looking to make it 4, too strong. He beats them there for the board. She gets her own, trying to maintain control, she can't. Owens Barnett pushing the pace to Chase. Now Schistler on the left wing. 90 seconds remaining in the opening half. Ripped away by Paris. Tie ball. It goes to SMU.
Yeah, I thought North Texas was too nice in that transition. They had numbers. Chase was open, didn't take advantage. And there Schistler tries to drive, although there's nothing there. Good scrappy defense without the foul by Paris.
And after not registering a point on that trip down the floor, Mean Green have now not had a field goal in over 3.5 minutes. Deficit is only 1, though. Mishandled right in front of the Mean Green bench by Skinner.
Yeah, this last 1:15 usually gives one team or another a little bit more momentum going into the half. Who can kind of string together some points or some stops to go into the half feeling a little bit better.
Price handing it off to Chase and across the timeline. Owens Barnett, baseline, no. Rebound by Abizam. Rebounding edge in favor of the Mustangs tonight, 19-16.
SMU doing just enough to contest that last one, making sure that layup doesn't happen.
Abizam getting it back out to Thompson, but a whistle before he unleashes the pass. UNT will get the ball back.
Yeah, just doing the dirty work. Schistler getting on the ground, diving for it. Looks like
left foot on the baseline.
Left foot on the baseline, and again, just both teams really want to win this game. You can feel the desperation as both of them are coming off a loss. SMU's had 3 losses in a row, as you mentioned in the open. Both teams want to find a way. Can they get some victory? And the scrappy defense continues for Adia Barnes' club. She says they want to be blue collar. She wants to have a defensive identity. She wants to be disruptive, and they have been that today.
Wants to be physical, wants to shoot the 3 well. Working on that identity, still trying to form it here on the hilltop. SMU will have a chance to extend the lead before halftime. The largest lead of the day for the Ponies has been 4 points. They can match it.
And SMU's done the job. North Texas 1 of 8, their last 8 field goals. Has really clamp down defensively. Coach Burton disagrees, thought there was contact. But those are mean green plays they have to finish.
5 seconds for SMU. Skinner. Thompson now. Will Paris be able to fire before the buzzer? No. Not able to get it off. And the Mustangs will have to live with only a 1 today in the white for SMU.
We had a great conversation with Kyla Deck before the game. Talking to her, she said, no bad blood between the two teams. Love my time at North Texas, so grateful for that, but I'm loving being here at SMU, and I want to get a win today.
Jason Burton said the same for his perspective, that he is rooting for Kyla all the time, except for these 40 minutes tonight. King with the left hand, nearly had it go down.
Yeah, the physical play inside. Nestor, again, going back to kind of that net ball background, not used to playing through contact at the NAI level. One of the bigger players was able to dominate with her size. Now she's playing against like size, like length, and a little more physicality. So something that she's still getting used to in just her 5th Division I game.
And getting a chance to go against Power 4 competition tonight. Here's Deck. Off the right side. Rebound pulled down by Lidge. 5th rebound for Lidge. Time for a team high with Nestor. Mean Green can take the lead back. But a whistle comes as Deck trying to hold her ground.
She gets the charge. Good job by Deck. Again, another one of those things that she does well. Not only gets steals, she's an elite defensive player. And she gets the takeaway on that one. Jazzy Owens Barnett gets the charge. Both teams' defense have done the job in this game today. Which offense can get going is really, again, going to be that separating factor.
And Deck can't get it going there, giving it away. Lidge with a steal. And ripping it back. Deck, can she finish? Yes.
Yeah, just such an elite competitor. Knows that she made the turnover down there. Gonna make sure she gets it back. So good at takeaways like that.
Nearly had another steal as King came flying into the picture. Chase keeps her composure, but can't get it to go down. Skinner against Schishler. Beeson calling for the ball. Working that pivot foot, but stayed in the lane a little too long.
Yeah, good defense on that one by Nestor to wall up. And for North Texas, just figuring out where do you want to go for offense. Again, still early in the season for both these teams, figuring out who do we play through, what plays work for us. When SMU taking so many options away with how they deny on defense. Again, that isolation and who can be able to score inside is going to be a big key.
Megan Nestor able to convert. She's nearly into double figures. 9 points on 3 of 7 shooting. Skinner trying to extend the SMU lead. It's now 3 points and a chance to make it 4.
Yeah, good job on the ball screen, attacking, getting the contact, and a little bit of the flotation device to go down. A much needed basket. Haven't been to the free throw line much. We've talked about that. Just a, third trip to the line, 4th attempt on the game. But the 2nd and 1. Started the game with an and 1 and gets the start of the 3rd with another and 1.
Skinner had made her first start for SMU against Grand Canyon, back in the starting lineup again tonight. She has 8 points. 4 points is the SMU lead. Backward to Schishler. She cannot bring it in.
Yeah, looked like it was a good pass. Again, that backdoor play has worked for them with regularity. Was open that time, just unable to get the pass and catch. The pace of this game a little slower than you would expect for two teams that like to play fast.
King firing, rattles out. See if Proctor pulls up. Thinks better of it. Now Spencer can't get it to go. Players on the ground. Comes back up for Schisler in North Texas. Off to the left side. Rebound by Lidge. 2 free throws coming.
Again, just extra effort on that one. Nothing about this game has been pretty, but sometimes you just got to keep doing the work. In North Texas, doing work on this possession. Offensive rebound, takes the contact, not able to finish, but they will love that trip to the line as they've been there with lots of frequency. 12 attempts in the first half, 8 of 12 in the game from the line so far.
That work, that mentality, something that Jason Burton is still trying to work into this group. 11 newcomers on the North Texas roster. That's tied for 8th most in the country. SMU had even more newcomers to the roster. They replaced the entire team.
Yeah, new coach, whole new team. And this is what you're seeing with this game. Both these teams coming off a loss, still finding their identity. Both coaches know what they want their identity to be, and they've shown flashes. But can they get the consistency that they want?
Skinner with the offensive foul. Both teams doing a good job holding their ground in the paint.
Yeah, protecting the paint, big key. Here you see guarding the ball, the help side by Talley. And defensively, both teams locked into the game plan. 36% for SMU and 33% for North Texas. Both teams turning it over and almost with double-figure turnovers, both teams. So it's been one of those nights.
North Texas with the chance to tie this one or take a lead on this trip. Talley will head to the free throw line.
They're showing some toughness right now, North Texas is. They're being a more physical team, taking the fight to the Mustangs. Again, they haven't had an open three still yet, but you see the contact initiating it. And a one-on-one defense, this is what Coach Barnes was talking about, guarding your yard, not letting the person get by you. And North Texas has to take advantage at the line. And meanwhile, the fouls are slowly piling up for SMU's depth.
Talley finally gets her first point of the week. Didn't score against Abilene Christian in 25 minutes. Her season high was 6 points against Nelson, as North Texas won its first 3 games of the season. Loss number 1 came on Wednesday against the ACU Wildcats. And for ACU, that is a roster that was for the most part kept together. So really no surprise that the Wildcats will do well early, unlike teams like the Mean Green, who are replacing a lot of pieces, still trying to figure each other out.
Yeah, that's that advantage you have early in the season. When you have returners, it's like, again, it's like as much gold as you can get in recruiting. You can get all the transfers you want that you're excited about, but when you have retention early in the season, it pays off. You see it at the highest level, Purdue, one of the best teams, the best team in the country on the men's side. You see the same on the women's side with UConn. When you have returners in college basketball this day and age, it is everything.
Mustangs lead by 1. Whistle comes as Deck has the ball in her hand.
Nestor has to be a little bit smarter as she learns the game. You don't want to be extra physical while you're defending the post.
Second.
Those fouls kind of add up, sorry.
Her second.
SMU trying to figure out where do they go in the half court. Both teams doing the same. And if North Texas can get some transition, this is where SMU has struggled to defend the ball and make transitional plays. And there you see a great example. Their transition defense has been a struggling point for them. Finding defenders, matching up. North Texas starting to feel a little bit of life. See how SMU responds.
And the Mean Green takes the lead on that bucket from Spencer, 35-34. Mustangs pushing back. King with the left hand. Ponies back in front.
Yeah, beautiful move by her, being to keep it in one hand. In the future of this program and the now. Great take.
5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Hammond, no. That was her first shot of the day.
And there was 9 of her first 10 three-point made. She is a big-time sharpshooter.
For SMU, this is Grace Hall. No good. The Deck is there. Again, no joy.
50-50 plays, come up with them, and that's exactly what Coach Barnes is talking about. Can you finish the play? And here, can you go in transition? Wide open layup, misses another one. Could have gotten all the way there. No one tried to block it, and another turnover.
Mean Green take it from him. 5th steal for North Texas. SMU has 7 of them. Free throw line up a little bit higher than that for Proctor.
Yeah, the pace of this game, I said it earlier, you can see players just like wanting to get their breath because the pace of this game without some of the fouls is just go, go, go.
That was the 10th lead change of the night. North Texas will have the basketball after a Besom travel before the timeouts. UNT back in front in Dallas.
What is the Stone Cold Steve Austin for those that don't know?
Well, in his wrestling days, he would smash 2 beers together and they would go flying. For North Texas football, I think it's just a couple of waters. But it gets it everywhere. Can't do that. You have to pull out the mop every single time in basketball. North Texas football, by the way, tied with Rice, 14-14. And the women's basketball team leads by 3 in the third quarter. Second quarter in Houston, really important game for UNT football. Plenty of people with dual screens this evening watching both squads. Mean Green women now lead by 5.
AP, are you with me? Aysia Proctor with a little bit of a takeover said, I'm going to do a 4-0 run on my own, back-to-back drives and layups. North Texas is starting to really separate their largest lead of the game.
Whistle next to the SMU bench in front of Aysia Barnes, her first season as SMU's coach. Just saw the numbers there, points off turnovers, such a major issue. Now 21-4 in favor of UNT.
Yeah, big differential there. That's what Coach Barnes was talking about. We get turnovers, but we're not converting off of them. And North Texas is starting to do just that. See if they can continue this 6-0 run.
Off the back of the iron on the SMU side. And North Texas looking to extend what's been a 6-0 run over the last 90 seconds.
This is a little bit of the defensive discipline, not this particular play. Kyla Deck laying it all on the floor as she does, emptying her tank. But the defensive discipline is part of what Coach Barnes wants to see from her team. The rotations, the guarding your yard, being able to protect the paint and defend without fouling. More free throws for North Texas as it continues to pile up, as this will be free throw attempts 17 and 18. And they are now in the bonus for the rest of this quarter, which again, I mentioned that early in the game. That's an X factor when you play Mean Green. They're so tough, so physical. They love to be able to draw fouls, and they they sense the blood on the other side. We talked about SMU doing it with turnovers, but Mean Green does it when they see fouls and they can get to the basket and they see vulnerability, they attack it.
And the ability to draw it tonight, let's compare it to Wednesday against Abilene Christian. They were able to get to the line 23 times, hit 14 of those shots. That's through the full 40. We still have 12 minutes, 30 seconds to go, and already the 18 free throw attempts for the Mean Green.
Yeah, we mentioned it. They're one of the best in the country at that year in and year out.
Mean Green hoped they had ripped it away. Instead, a foul coming against a Besom.
Well, something interesting in the prep for this game, both teams had a similar opponent their first or second game of the season in Grambling. Grambling went from SMU and went and played North Texas. In the Grambling game, SMU scored 96. They won 96-70. So they scored 96, but they gave up 70. So that says a little bit about where they were defensively. Whereas North Texas, they score 89, but they only give up 49, and they win by 40. So the defensive mentality for both these teams is a part of it. They do it in different ways. And going back to that Abilene Christian game you just mentioned, kept that game in a low-scoring game in this, kept Abilene to 61. So the defense for North Texas is something that they're going to hold their hat on. Can SMU in this half find a way to score against this defense? They only have 7 in this quarter.
That foul for North Texas that put a Besom at the line was against Lidge. She has 3 personals now and is on the North Texas bench.
That was an unfortunate rebound turnover there by Nestor.
Thompson firing from long distance off the iron. North Texas leads 43-36. Working it inside to Nestor. She walks with it.
She does just a little bit of that going back to that net ball. She has these turnovers in games where they just kind of add up. You need those possessions. She takes those 2 steps before she puts the ball on the floor. And the whole North Texas bench wanted her to swing it, meaning AP, to Shania Price, who was wide open at the top of the key.
Deck down the right side, runs in to Nestor. Third block of the day for Nestor.
SMU struggled to score. Their last 5 field goals they've missed. They've had 4 turnovers in this quarter. Really desperate to be able to score. Their scoring droughts the last 3 minutes. Where do they go for offense? This Mean Green defense has been just that. Mean as can be, and another takeaway or jump ball, or
Mustangs get it back. Scramble for the basketball, but SMU winds up with it, and they'll have a chance to add 2 from the line.
Yeah, just kind of lost that jump ball, and Nestor just chasing behind, didn't want to give away a wide open layup, picked up the foul from behind. Thompson
That's 3 on Nestor now.
Yeah, big fouls and lots of depth being used. I think there's 12 or 11 players that played. I think it's 12 players that played so far in North Texas rotation.
3 more than have been on the floor for SMU tonight, as several Mustangs unavailable. Got a very long list of players who wouldn't be able to go for Coach Barnes in this one. Thompson good on both of her free throws. And SMU is within 5.
Yeah, much needed scoring.
Stepping right into it, a Besom with the thievery and the bucket.
Great job, SMU back-to-back buckets themselves. Desperately needed both of those free throws and that layup.
Mustangs within 3. Offensive foul on North Texas.
SMU able to dodge a bullet there too in transition. I didn't think that was anything illegal. Just looked to try to post up. She probably should have just posted up instead of kind of giving a little bump, but SMU getting the breaks that they need to get back where they want to be in this game.
You saw the turnover battle there. It is close, but the points off turnovers are not. North Texas 21, SMU 8. Mustangs down by 3, just 1 now, thanks to Paris.
Yeah, great take, handle the pressure. She didn't like it, handle the pressure, and just kind of grinded her way through and got the open layup.
Spencer looks to her right, decides to keep going towards the hole. They're going to give that one to SMU.
Yeah, right call. Spencer's got to handle the ball better. Can't be in a better position to have a wide open layup. And the active hands of SMU in this turn of events. And again, just kind of the swing of momentum. Momentum's going one way, and then SMU takes that momentum back.
6-0 run for the Mustangs. 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Skinner on the S of the SMU logo. Now goes towards the bucket, underneath it, out to Paris. Left wing triple, no good. Deck flies in for the board. 30 seconds left. A whistle as Deck started going towards the basket.
Yeah,
shot clock will be turned off for the remainder of this SMU possession.
And just not smart basketball. Shania Price, known to be a defensive player, but you don't need to defend at half court and foul when they're in the bonus. It doesn't make a lot of sense. You're putting a good free throw shooter on the line without them having to earn it. But for SMU, you've handled the run from North Texas. You've weathered the storm. You've been calm, cool, and collected. And that one free throw that was a jump ball at one point kind of has ignited all of this. And now a 6-0 run that could go to an 8-0 run.
Kyla Deck with 6 points tonight to go along with 6 rebounds and 3 assists. She has scored in double figures twice in the first 4 games of the year. 18 against Grambling and then 10 against Texas Tech. She's also SMU's assist leader. 15 seconds left in the third. Tie game in Dallas. Mean Green to retake the lead. No. Second chance coming. Again, nothing for the Mean Green. Time runs out. SMU closes. You last led this one with 5 minutes, 13 seconds remaining in the third. Away from the basketball, Deck collides with Owens Barnett, and the call is against Jazzy.
Kind of just incidental contact, but understand how you may want to make the call. Resets to 20 though. They don't get a full 30. What are they going to do offensively to score in the half court? Most of their offense has been from transition.
Paris pulling up from long range. No. SMU 5 of 19 from 3. North Texas 0 for 2 from three-point land. Before Wednesday, North Texas led the nation in three-point shooting percentage, but haven't had the opportunities outside. Inside, can't get either shot to go from Lidge.
Yeah, those are wide open layups you have to finish. Good job by SMU. And a nice block there by Lidge saying, not in my house.
With authority, Lidge sends it back to the hardwood. But SMU is able to keep possession.
Yeah, both teams have had some nice blocks in this game, using their length inside, protecting the paint.
Clean up some condensation on the floor before SMU inbounds. Just under 9 minutes to go in regulation. Out to Thompson on the left wing, now up top to King. Right in front of Adia Barnes. King spins, has that one knocked away by Lidge. And it'll be Mean Green basketball.
Nice defensive stand there. Again, not the prettiest basketball, good help side. Causes a turnover. Both teams slow to score in this quarter.
Second steal for Lidge. North Texas has 7 steals tonight. Mustangs have 9. Looking for a 10th. Able to get it 3. Here's Proctor. Lidge had the ball at the top of the key. Foul comes against SMU. And Mean Green will inbound.
And the way SMU is pressuring so much, the back doors are also good, yes, but the drives are what are there more than anything. And those one-on-one post-up opportunities like that.
Down low off the glass. UNT up by 2.
Nestor now in double figures with 11 points, 10 rebounds, another double-double for the senior.
Deck from the right side. Rebound pulled down by Nestor. She has a double-double, 11 points, 11 rebounds. Third double-double already this season for Nestor. Offensive foul called against her on the other end.
Again, that pressure when they're in your face like that, it's almost a result of playing so close, but referee thought it was too much by Nestor. Picks up an unfortunate foul, and the pressure from SMU is doing what exactly Coach Barnes wants to do. Be disruptive, be blue collar, and it is working so far.
And SMU needs to capitalize on these next few minutes with Nestor on the bench, 4 fouls. Nestor has the most playing time of anybody on the mean green with 26 minutes. But Coach Burton choosing to sit her 1 foul away from disqualification. Thompson drives, and there it is right there. Maybe with Nestor in that position, Mustangs don't get that basket.
Yeah, and a great drive. Just a catch, grip through, using her speed advantage over talent.
45 all. 6th tie tonight. There have been 10 lead changes. Schissler. Just 2 points for her tonight. 1 of 3 from the field. Matching her point total from the loss on Wednesday. Just 2 against Abilene Christian. Looking for 4. She has it.
She heard you talking over here. She said, I got more points for you, Mr. Announcer.
She scored in double figures twice in the first 3 games. At 13 against Oklahoma Christian and 17 against Nelson. With under 7 minutes to go, Thompson ties the game again, now at 47.
Thompson coming alive. She has been a game changer in the second half. She sparked that third quarter run, and here she is back-to-back buckets here.
8 points for Thompson. Tie for the team lead with Skinner. SMU with another steal. Nearly gave it right back. But in the commotion, foul goes against North Texas. Mustangs will have the ball. Tied at 47. It's against Talley. That's her second.
The last time UNT didn't make a three-pointer in a game was 2023 against Louisiana Tech. It averaged 19 three-point attempts per game coming into this one. Only just 2 attempts today. But SMU doing the job. But
to still be in a position to win despite that not being available to them today is pretty remarkable. Thompson nearly dropped after a couple of bounces on the rim. 47 all between these Metroplex rivals. Whistle down low. That's against Skinner, her 4th. So now a player on each side, sitting at 4 fouls. Skinner for SMU, Nestor for North Texas, and both of them will occupy a seat on the bench for now. Going baseline and heading to the free throw line.
Yeah, nice job. That's what you have to do against this SMU team. They're pressuring so much on the wings and on the ball. You have to just put your head down and make the play yourself, because the help side's not going to be there because they're so concerned about taking away the next pass. That's part of the reason why you haven't been able to see threes come from North Texas. They've been so focused on running half-court offense. Some of their best plays have just been plays just like that. Hey, you're pressuring me, you're crawling into my space. Let me take advantage of this and go get to the rim.
Rolling out for Lidge. Her first miss from the charity stripe today, now 2 of 3. She has 6 points and 8 rebounds. North Texas has the lead by 1. '56th meeting between SMU and North Texas. Looking like it'll go down to the wire at Moody Coliseum. Kyla Deck against Proctor, 12 versus 12. Bees him at the top of the key. Here's Paris with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Makes contact as she drives the lane. Offensive foul against the senior Arizona transfer.
I mean, just textbook by Lidge. Played in the NCAA tournament last year for Southern. Another young lady with a degree in graduate school takes the charge right when they needed it.
Her Jags earned a first-round win in the Big Dance last year. SMU takes the ball right back.
It's the second or third time the point guards have been afraid to take the ball in.
Here's Paris from distance. Nearly had it fall.
And this is where you have to take advantage. Transition defense is not SMU's strength.
Proctor, goes up by 3.
A little bit of a chest bump for the layup. That's what North Texas has not done enough of. SMU's vulnerable in transition. Aysia Proctor has taken advantage.
North Texas 50, SMU 47, and another turnover for the home team. And a foul against Deck.
Yeah, and Deck is on the deck. She is doing so much with her motor. You see her picking up. It could have very easily been a turnover. That's what she does. North Texas not shooting on this one, but in the bonus the rest of the way.
Mustangs have not scored for 2 minutes and 8 seconds. This is not the time to go cold. Only 4:45 remains in the fourth quarter in Dallas. Opponents get ready for the American.
Yeah, this is a tough schedule. Coach Burton told us in the interview that he wanted to play a tougher schedule in years past, wanted to build those winning ways, won a conference championship before they expected in year 1, set a record back-to-back years for most wins in program history, and this year wanted to go for tougher competition. Knew he had a new team, 11 new players, so they'll get battle-tested as they're playing an ACC team today. They'll play the schedule you just saw and heard about.
My question, though, Thursday at the Hoop Fest Challenge in Frisco,
on Thanksgiving,
is turkey being served at the concession stands? I need that.
Man, that's a good question. It should be. It should be.
Thanksgiving hoops. It is Feast Week on ESPN. Baseline, up and under, no good. King, as the turkey continues to gobble. She gets 2 more.
Gobbling it up on the offensive glass. Right on time. It is coming down to who's going to be able to make plays down the stretch of this game.
2-point UNT lead. UNT turns it over.
It's one of those, when you get that deep, you kind of feel rushed. If Aysia would have kept her dribble alive, she could have probably powered that up, but SMU defense coming through clutch yet again. We've talked about it time and time again. They're getting the turnovers. Can they get the points off of turnovers in this game? The points off turnover advantage. North Texas 24, SMU 13.
Deck gets it over to Thompson. Now King looking for something. King can tie the game. Paris looking for an opportunity. Under 10 seconds on the shot clock for Paris. Long pass to Thompson. SMU could have taken the lead. They'll have a second chance. Deck ties this one at 51.
Tell you what, Beeson has been so big inside. She's been so active, carving out space. Huge offensive rebound, and Deck right on time with the layup.
To regain the lead for North Texas. Back in front.
Offensive rebounds both ways, making the difference. Again, points have just been hard to come by. Both teams shooting sub 40% in this game. It has been a defensive battle.
10th lead change. Unable to make it a ninth tie.
Got to push in transition. Surprisingly, didn't get the foul call.
Spencer, the freshman, trying to roll it in with the right hand from the left side. Deck, unable to tie it at 53. Bodies flying down low.
Offensive rebounds, such a big part of this game. You have to be able to defend and leave it to one shot. Acrobatic, all backboard shot there, and not exactly sure where the foul was, but when there's that much contact that you don't secure it, put yourself in a position. Both teams in a bonus the rest of the way. Free throws will likely be the story in this one, as it's just a 2-point game. Big shots here for Paris.
8 points for Paris, now 9. Paris started the first 3 games of the season, then came off the bench against Grand Canyon and scored a season high 12 points. Into double digits. The first Mustang to reach 10 or more.
Yeah, she's played very well today. All the baskets she scored have been huge ones for them because, again, they've been just so hard to come by. Shot the ball well from deep, and big time free throws and offensive rebound there.
Tied at 53. Schishler thought about it. Instead works it inside. Trying to kick it back out. Proctor, too strong. Price hit the deck. Foul on SMU.
Yeah, Shania Price, again, offensive rebounds, battling on the offensive glass. The sophomore plays a little bit of every position and just on the box out, fighting for it, and Paris kind of a little bit too much physical. We said it, free throws are going to be big in this game. Shania Price earns a chance to get 2.
Price, one of only 2 active players from last year returning to the North Texas roster, along with Tally. Otherwise, Coach Burton had to completely rebuild this team. "48 wins over the last 2 seasons, the most of any team in the American." Mean Green up by 1 on the hilltop. 54-53, North Texas. Paris quickly over to King. 2 minutes remaining. Hand off to Paris. Mustangs need to hurry, find a look here. Deck in the painted area, just throws one up. Didn't draw iron. 0.6 left on the shot clock for SMU. What can you do here with only 0.6 remaining?
Yeah, I think you have a chance to catch and shoot. You do have enough time with 0.6. I would imagine they're going to try to get something at the rim or maybe a quick catch and shoot.
Nope, can't do that. Deck set herself.
I'm surprised she didn't catch and shoot that. She had enough space to do it. Maybe didn't realize there was only 0.6. One of those errors you wish you could get back as a veteran. That's a play they need Kyla Deck to make.
The look on Coach Barnes' face after that really said it all. Schishler misfires from three-point land. Can extend the North Texas lead. Mustangs with the ball and down by 1. Coach Barnes wants to talk things over. Adia Barnes getting the TO with her team trailing by 1. Just 94 seconds to go at Moody Coliseum. SMU with the ball, out of the timeout. King evaluating her options. Spins in the lane. Can't give SMU the lead. North Texas shooting 37% from the field today. They have yet to make a shot from three-point land. They lead by 1. Kickball. 3 Mean Green players with double figures in scoring. Proctor has 12. Nestor has 11. Owens Barnett 10. Nestor has a double-double.
And Lidge
also has 12 rebounds.
Yeah, and Lidge knocking on the door of a double-double with 9 points and 9 rebounds.
Both Lidge and Nestor have 4 fouls apiece. Timeout on the floor for the Mean Green. Coach Jason Burton, chance in this pivotal possession to discuss things with his ball club. Very much an upward trajectory for North Texas, recording the winningest season in program history in consecutive years. 23 wins in 2023-24, an American Athletic Conference championship with a trip to the WBIT, and then last year, a 25-win season, 2 rounds deep in the WNIT. But the big dance is, of course, the goal for North Texas. That is the one thing that has eluded Coach Burton in his time in Denton. 1 minute to go in regulation. Lidge off the iron, short. Deck setting up in front of the SMU bench. Now back out to Paris. 15 seconds on the shot clock, 40 on the game clock. Back to the top of the key for King. King driving down the left side, finds a wide open Thompson. Clangs off. That was a great look. Could have given the Mustangs the lead. Instead, they'll have to foul as Proctor crosses the timeline.
Yeah, big rebound again by Nestor. You can't ask for a better look. Good drive by King. The kick out to an open 3 and a good rebound in traffic. SMU 0 of their last 5. North Texas 0 of their last 4. Both teams struggling to get field goals. But again, the free throw line will be the success of the winning team in this game. Aysia Proctor steps to the line. She's been outstanding off the bench in this game. 6 of 10, 5 rebounds, 11 points. And a huge first free throw. If she can connect on the second one, it gives them a 3-point advantage, which is still a 1-possession game with just 23 on the clock.
Mean Green right in line with how they normally shoot free throws. They're 68% tonight, 66% for the season. That's good for 8th best in the American. Definitely punches the ball. Paris inbounds, just a couple of steps away from Coach Barnes. Firing, it's Skinner. Timeout, North Texas. Not what SMU wanted.
I'm not exactly sure what that was. You have
Owens Barnett has her spot right next to Jason Burton at the North Texas bench. Able to get it into Schishler. Mustangs thought
there's a conversation.
They had the takeaway.
One ref has jump ball, one ref has a foul. It looked like a foul, but let's see what they say.
Possession arrow in favor of SMU. Mustang ball.
Yeah, it's exactly what I talked about. SMU had the favor of the jump ball. This is exactly what you want to get back in the game. Now you got a chance. And again, you don't have to go for 3. I repeat.
SMU men's soccer certainly among the contenders to win a national championship this year
and if
as
you're
well.
And if you're 8th in the country for volleyball, you're a contender to win a national as well.
15 seconds remaining. Paris going down the left side. Pulls SMU within 1. Timeout with SMU still trailing, but Coach, you mentioned it, did not need the 3 there.
Yep, did a good job. Let's see what happens here in the close of this one. Nice arrangement here for North Texas. I'm interested to see how they play this.
10.8 seconds. North Texas desperately trying to get the ball in bounds. They do. SMU fouls immediately. It'll be Proctor heading to the stripe.
That was a little bit dangerous, but she got fouled. The ball got in. An interesting alignment to get separation and kind of cause some confusion, but they get it to the right person. Proctor just made the last two. She's been the leading scorer for North Texas in this game, and she's been the second leading scorer on the season. Transfer from UTSA. Didn't have the season she wanted to have last season, even though they did win a conference championship. She is another one of these players that Coach Burton calls a winner.
North Texas up by 2, thanks to Proctor.
Says she's one of the more talented players in the American Conference. And when she gets confidence and continues to build familiarity in this program, he thinks she can be a special, special player. She's proven that tonight. 2 more free throws go down.
She gives North Texas, made 11 that night against the Lady Raiders.
Made 11 then, made 10 against Grambling, so they have 3-point capability. And North Texas does have a foul that will put them in the bonus.
9 seconds remaining, 7 for Skinner. Too strong on the 3-point attempt. Rebound brought down by Nestor, and North Texas can clinch this ball game with the ball.
Another interesting football kind of wide spread alignment from North Texas to get the ball in.
4 seconds left.
At
the timeline, that's dangerous. UNT goes over the ledge. SMU will get the ball back.
Yeah, here's the replay. Probably an accurate call. Could have been a foul, possibly, but yeah, they're backing up the inbound.
We'll have to do it right at midcourt. Exactly where the turnover occurred. It'll be Paris inbounding. 2.9 seconds remaining. SMU trails by 3. Into Skinner. She's firing from distance. Off the mark, and North Texas will escape Dallas with a 3-point win.
Escape is the right word. This game could have gone either way, and SMU so many chances down the stretch to close the game, put themselves in position, but Mean Green holds on. It wasn't exactly pretty, but it was mean, and they found a way to make it green and get the W, and that's all that matters. Winning ugly is a part of learning how to win, and anytime you can win on the road, especially against your rival, you don't care how it looks, you just want the W. And Jason Burton